Hey Harbor Covenant, I'm out here with Verna Herron, who is our church chair, and we just wanted to take a few minutes to update you on several decisions that the leadership team has made recently so that you have a good picture of what's going on at Harbor Covenant. We're shooting this at the very beginning of July, which is the beginning of our fiscal year. Our fiscal year runs July 1st through June 30th, which means that generally we would have had an annual meeting and approved a budget by now. But our Constitution and bylaws never anticipated anything like the situation that we're in with COVID-19 and the restrictions there are on being together and meetings. And there are some very, very stringent guidelines about how we can vote in our annual meetings. And so what the leadership team decided to do, because it's a very gray area, but what they decided to do, which we thought was most in keeping with the spirit of Washington law and our Constitution, is we have pushed our annual meeting back until the 20th of September. And we're hoping by then that we will be in a phase that will allow as many people as possible to come to our annual meeting. Because as usual, we've got a lot to celebrate. I mean, we have things that we are holding on to that we're disappointed. So we've rescheduled the annual meeting until September. So that has a couple of implications. One of them is that we haven't been able to pass a budget. So the leadership team decided that we would take the amounts from the 2019-2020 budget and just carry those amounts over until the congregation approves a new budget in September. The other impact that it has is on the leadership team, and I'll let Verna tell you about that.
So normally at the annual meeting, we have a time where we vote on new leadership team members. And as of June 30th of this year, there are 4 members that are up for, their terms have ended. So that is Barbara Moret, Phil Willenbrock, Chris Olson, and Sergeant Thomas. Sergeant Thomas is eligible to run for another term, but the other 3 have served 2 terms and they are not eligible to run. The nominating team has met and they have a ballot ready for the annual meeting in September. And until that time, we do have enough remaining leadership team members to provide a quorum for any of those meetings. Then the other thing that we would like to bring up to you is that, like many churches and nonprofits and small businesses, we applied for and received money through the Payroll Protection Program, which is often referred to as the PPP. We received $144,387, and they have strict guidelines as to how that is to be spent, and there's also a time frame in which it needs to be spent. So we are following those guidelines carefully, and any remaining amount at the end of that time we will be returning, so that we are confident that any of the whole of that amount remaining would become a grant and we would not incur any debt from that.
So that's some of the big things that have been going on. We just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. And we just also want to thank you too for your continued faithfulness, your faithfulness in attending online, your faithfulness in participation in serving, and your faithfulness in financially giving, because we are in a place that that allows us to reach outside of our doors, and that's all because of your faithfulness. If you've got comments or questions, feel free to email either Verna or me, and we're just grateful for you.